Hi guys, welcome to this video about YouTube playlists. In this lesson we are going to be looking at what are YouTube playlists, why you should optimize your playlists, and how to optimize YouTube playlists for ranking and to get more views to your channel. The first thing we want to look at is why you should optimize playlists, or why create playlists in the first place. So a playlist is a way to organize your videos in a clear way for your viewers. So if you have a set of videos or a few videos on a specific topic, perhaps a tutorial that has a specific order that should be followed in order to achieve a result, or if you have a part 1, part 2, part 3 on a specific video series, using a playlist can help viewers follow along without being directed to another channel after watching, or watching part 4 after part 1 instead of watching part 2 and 3, which could contain vital information that would be relevant for the fourth one. For example, if you're a business and you create software and you've uploaded a few tutorials onto YouTube to drive traffic to your business to sell that software. Now, you could have these tutorials on YouTube, part 1, part 2 to part 7 or 8, maybe even more, maybe 20, maybe 50, maybe hundreds of tutorials on your specific software. And these could all be numbered, and there could be a relevant order to follow from beginner to advanced, and without knowing these beginner tips, viewers may not actually be able to understand what you're talking about in the more advanced videos. So you may have some useful some basic information in the beginning videos, and then you've got moderate, intermediate information in the middle set of videos, and then in the advanced videos you're using some jargon that's very much related to your specific industry, your specific program. And viewers, if they go from the beginner video all the way to the advanced video without watching any of the middle information to sort of ease them into it, they may not understand what you're exactly talking about. So if they skip from the first video to the 17th video, they may not understand what's going on in that video. So you're giving them a clear way. They're watching then the first video, second video, third, fourth, fifth, all the way up to whichever point they then stop watching the videos, or once they've gone to all of them and they understand the software, if now that's their goal. Okay, so your playlists give you a clear way to organize videos for your viewers. And it also gives you an opportunity to arrange a series of videos or a set of videos together. So let's say, for example, you're a technology channel and you have videos on smartphone reviews. Someone who's interested in watching smartphone reviews, they could click that playlist and they'll go through all of your videos on smartphone reviews. If you have more specific tests that you do with smartphones, for example, camera comparisons, if you're comparing the latest iPhone camera to the latest Samsung camera on smartphone camera, you could have your smartphone camera review playlist. And then if someone's interested in the camera review on a smartphone, because maybe they want to use their smartphone to take photos, maybe they've got an interest, that's their main purpose on purchasing a new smartphone, your playlist provides them with valuable information. So they can go through that playlist and watch the different videos and see how these cameras compare against one another. So they'll stay in that video. And if your video is just uploaded to YouTube and it hasn't been put into a playlist, then they may jump off to another channel, or they may jump off to another video about that smartphone, just a basic review, or they may just leave without actually following along and seeing, oh, there's a comparison here against that Huawei. That Huawei is also interesting. Maybe I want to watch that. Maybe I want to purchase that smartphone instead. And then they'll see, okay, how does the Apple or the iPhone compare to that device, and how does the Samsung compare to that device? And then they can formulate their own conclusions or follow the advice that you, the creator, has provided in the video. So let me just head over to YouTube and explain what I mean. Now, I'm on a normal video here. This is in no playlist. So anyone watching this specific video, they won't stay in the tech-linked playlist. So for example, if this was an Apple Watch comparison video from Google and Apple, there wouldn't be there's no related video here for me to watch next. So maybe I'd compare the Apple Watch to a Huawei watch, and that would be the next video to show up over here. But because this is not a playlist, this is just a normal video, this tech linked video, we can just see that that's the channel. The next video that plays automatically by YouTube is this one by Marques Brownlee, which is the Beat Solo Pro Return to Excellence. So that's a review on a headset. So not quite what we are watching here, and it may not interest us, but YouTube is now recommending that. So if we were in a playlist, the next video that would show up after, if we automatically played this, we watched it to the end and then allowed YouTube to autoplay next, the next video would be in that specific playlist. And if you created that playlist, if this specific channel had a playlist on tech news, which this is now a tech news video, we could then watch the previous day's tech news and the day before that's tech news and go through that playlist. But now let's go and type in to Google, let's say that North America travel guides, and look at a playlist example. So you can see the top one here is a playlist. You can recognize that it's a playlist because it has this if I don't hover over it, you can see there's this black overlay, this transparent black overlay with the number of videos inside of the playlist visible here. So we can then either click here on the play all button and then it'll automatically start playing, or we can view all of the different videos in the playlist. So let me just show you how both of those look. If we look inside of the playlist, we can see, okay, here's that first video. And if we go through these, we can see now all of the different videos in the playlist. So we may, if we have a tutorial video, for example, we may have stopped at number 7 today, and tomorrow we can then go into the playlist, and then we can start at number 8, and then it'll continue 8, 9, 10, 11, etc. And then we can stop at 15, and then the next day we can continue again if we're trying to follow along from a specific creator. So you as the creator can then set the order and people can then follow along, which is great for tutorials and also great for similar topics. So you can set more relevant videos here at the top, and then for people that are really interested in the niche, so for example that smartphone camera reviews, you can then still include some older smartphone cameras here towards the bottom. So people who are really interested in that specific topic, they may just continue going through. They may be interested in 4 generations ago, which smartphone was useful then, because the prices have gone down for those. So maybe an iPhone 7 against the Samsung S7 or something like that, or the S8. They may be interested in how they perform against one another still, even though it's been 2.5, 3 years later. All right, so you can still include those in those playlists and just keep them then towards the bottom, because they won't be quite as relevant as newer comparisons or as newer videos. And with a tutorial, you just want to keep it numbered. So 1, 2, 3. You want to have the beginning stuff at the top, and then going along towards the more advanced stuff, or however you have your tutorials lined out. And the same would be anything that has more beginner to advanced ways, but you can formulate how your viewer should go through your content. We can see these are all different cities, so it's not quite as important to sort these as it would be for other video types. So someone can just start going through these and they'll go see which ones they prefer. You may sort these by the most popular video, maybe, because you'll see people are interested in that in San Francisco. There's a lot of people interested in San Francisco, so you can sort this as the most popular one, and then people are very interested in Los Angeles, and there's still a lot of people interested in San Diego. And then as they go through here, the interest is starting to die down here with Portland and Honolulu. And now this just means that because these are popular, you know the people are interested in them. So more people may then stick around to go through this playlist, because this is now a playlist on very different topics. And by sorting them by popularity, you know that people are still interested in these very popular topics here. All right, so people can go through your playlist. Now, if we just click on this one, it starts to play all of them. And now if we compare this to that previous tech linked video that I showed you now, where we had that Marques Brownlee watch next autoplay video on the side, we've got the playlist now on the side here. So once this video is finished, the next video will be the next video in the playlist. So this is the first one, so the next one will be the second, third, fourth. You can also arrange this to sort by shuffle or repeat, but for these type of videos, I don't think that's quite necessary. But you can see we can also then go through these videos if we'd like to, and go and continue at number 43 if we'd like. And that's just basic sort of how playlists work and why you need to include playlists on your channel, right? More importantly, when it comes to including playlists and creating playlists, and for SEO purposes, playlists can also appear in search results. That means if you include keywords and if you title and add a description of your playlist and optimize it well with relevant videos in a relevant field that gets searched for a lot, your video or your playlist can appear in search results and you can then get views from that specific playlist. So let me just head back over to YouTube, and if we type, let's go and type in something else. Let's go with history of Europe. Now we can see here that, let me just exit this. And now we can see here we've got a playlist that appears. Do we have any more? Okay, we've got one playlist. There's another playlist that appeared. So we know there are some playlists appearing here in the search results. And now this one is particularly interesting because it's here, that's number 3 on this playlist, on this search term. So this is now without actually putting in any filters, we've got a playlist on this particular search term. So anyone interested in, now for this example, the history of Europe, they can then go along and they can click this playlist and it'll go through different aspects of history. So we just click through this playlist and see what it's about. So you'll get a preview, which is also nice. This Crash Course channel has then got medieval, the Florence and the Renaissance, the Northern Renaissance, Age of Exploration. So it goes through these different aspects of history for you, one topic at a time, which is nice. All right. And when it comes to optimizing your playlists, you can also get bonus views from them. So what I mean by bonus views is you get more views on your content without actually having to create more content. So you get more views on your videos without having to do much work. All right. So all you're doing is creating a playlist, and people are then clicking that playlist and going through that playlist, and you're getting more views that you may not have had in the first place. So if we go back to this video, we can see that this playlist alone has had 1.1 million views. All right, there's 23 videos, and the playlist alone is at 1.1 million views. These are not all of the views of these videos added together. This is the playlist alone has gotten 1.1 million views. If we click on this video, for example, we can see this video alone has got 800,000 views. And this one over here, oh, sorry, I clicked on the channel. Let me click on the video. Let's stop it. My internet is running really slowly today for some reason. This one's gotten 500,000 views. So the second and the third video alone has gotten more views than the playlist total. But that just shows us that this is not the number of views in total for these videos. This is just the playlist alone has given this channel an extra 1.1 million views. And this is the minimum amount of views that it's given us. Because another benefit that playlists give to a creator, to a YouTube channel, and for YouTube SEO purposes is because someone has gone through multiple videos on this particular channel, when someone goes and then opens up YouTube's homepage, there's a high likelihood that more videos from this creator will be recommended to that particular person when they visit YouTube, when they open up YouTube. Because YouTube has seen that you've watched 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, who knows how many videos in this particular playlist from this particular creator, you must then therefore be interested in the content that this creator makes. So they may push more videos from the specific playlist to you on your homepage, or they may also push other content from this particular channel to you. So let's just go visit the channel. This is European history, so let's look for some more videos. So they may push the first video to me. If I have an interest in AI, then if I've watched other videos which contain AI, there will be a good likelihood that because I've watched some of their videos in that playlist, and I've got a previous history of looking for AI games, that they'll push this video to my home feed because it's a new video. Or they may just push that because it's a new video to me to see if I'm interested in it. Right, that's just why you need to use playlists. So you can get more views because viewers are engaging with your content and YouTube sees that and thinks that they'll be interested in more of your content. So they'll push more of your videos. You can see that there's some European history here, but we've also got a variety of different topics. So we've got AI, they've got relationships here, customer relationships, so that's sales. We've got feedback here, so that's also more business related videos. And then we've got more AI stuff here. So we've found 3 topics that they're talking about here: is business, AI, and history. So they may start pushing us some business tips, some legal basics possibly, to see if we're interested in the other topics that this channel may have. And then if we start watching these videos, they'll push us more of the business related videos in this channels, the business niche that this channel creates. They'll push more content to us, more of those videos. Alright, so that's why you want to create and optimize playlists, because you can organize videos in a clear way for your viewers. You can arrange a series of videos or different types of videos together into one folder. Your playlist can appear in search results, and they can give you views, so you can get more views without having to do much more work. Alright, so you can get more views to your channel, get more engaged subscribers, more engaged viewers, and have YouTube push more of your content to viewers, as well as getting those playlist views, so people going through the playlist and actually watching videos from the playlist itself. Okay, so now let's look at how to optimize your playlists. All right, how to create playlists and how to optimize them. To optimize them, you should include keywords in your playlist name, include keywords in your playlist description. So playlists have a name, a title, and then they also have a description area, so you can write some more information about it. So as I've mentioned quite a few times already in this course, YouTube wants context. So you need to provide YouTube with context. You need to tell the algorithm what things are, who should be watching your videos. And that's why you have these different fields. You have playlist names, you have descriptions, you have tags in videos, you have channel tags, you have all of these different things because YouTube wants context. And YouTube wants you to tell the algorithm who should be watching your videos, where your videos should be shown. Right, so that's why we need to use keywords as much as possible. We should need to use long tail keywords, but we have to use them in a natural way. So we need to think about who is watching our video, what are they searching for, what do they want to watch, and then we can use keywords and long tail keywords and different phrases and such, LSI keywords as well, in order to put our content in front of them. Right, optimizing our playlist. Next thing we need to consider is sorting videos in an understandable order. So I spoke about tutorials and how you should sort your videos. So if you have your tutorials that go from beginner to intermediate to advanced lessons, you want to sort your playlist in the beginner lessons first, and then your intermediate lessons, and then your advanced lessons. But you also want to drag them about. So if one video should go first, you should have that one as the first video. And then the second video, if you've created these in a specific order, the second video should then follow, and then the third, and the fourth, etc. All right, so you should manually sort these in a relevant order. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Next thing we need to know about optimizing playlists is that the first video becomes the playlist thumbnail. So let's head over to YouTube again. And you can see that this is the first video in this playlist. And now that is the video's thumbnail. All right. If we type into YouTube here, let's go with a tutorial example, Adobe Premiere Pro tutorials. We can see that there are no playlists in these first 5 results, but the sixth one is this one here by Justin Odisha, another recommended creator on YouTube. He has some great tutorials on Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects. He has some great tutorials that I do recommend going through if you're interested in Adobe Premiere Pro or any Adobe products really. Alright, if we go and view the full playlist here, we can see that that first video is the thumbnail, and you can see that there's a thumbnail there, and that should sort of capture the attention. I know the overlay does sort of block it out a bit, but you need to work with what they give you. So let's view the full playlist, and here we can see there's a description, and then we can see Adobe Premiere Pro tutorials. We've got that exact keyword of what we typed in. here we've got Adobe Premiere Pro, and then at the end here we've got tutorials. So in his description he's included the CC, the Creative Cloud, I believe it is. And so we've got the main keyword included here in the playlist as well. And then he has some LSI keywords like color grading, transitions, text effects. So it's a very short playlist. It's not as optimized as it could be, but it's done quite well. He's got 1 million views in this playlist alone. There is 183 videos in this playlist. So there's a lot of context. So anyone who is interested in Adobe Premiere Pro, they know they're going to get a lot of value from this playlist. So if we look through this playlist, we've got how to create different effects. We've got a lot of effects, a lot of different effect videos. And if we scroll down, we've got music video effect. We have color grading effects here with LUTs. And we have, let's see here, there should be some general tutorials as well. But yeah, keyframes, how to use keyframes in Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial. And this is a lot of value that you can get then by going through this tutorial. And you can see that already by just getting by the sheer number of videos and the quality. If you go through one of these videos, you'll see that. Alright, so to create our own tutorials, we want to head into our studio, YouTube Studio. We'll just exit that. And then we want to go down to other features and then select the playlist option. Playlists. And now here'll be your playlists. To create a new playlist, we just click the plus new playlist button at the top. Give our playlist a name. So I'm going to go with European, just an example here, European travel guides. All right. You can choose either to set it as public, unlisted, or private. For SEO purposes to be found on YouTube, you need to set this to public. So I recommend public. Only if people have the specific link, they can watch it if it's an unlisted video. And only you can watch it, or you can view the playlist if it's private. So if you want other people to be able to see it, set it to public. And then hit the create button. And now it should bring us to the playlist. All right, so here we've got our title. We can change this if we want to. You can include up to 150 characters. We can leave it as that. We don't need to include too much more information. We can include more things like European budget travel guides if we'd like to be more specific, and include only budget relevant videos about budget travel in European countries. We can add some more information here, like let's go with countries. Let's go France, Germany, Spain, and more. We'll just add some countries there. France, Germany, Spain, and more. So if someone types in France budget travel guide, then there'll be a possibility of our playlist appearing if we can optimize the rest of the description, the videos in the playlist, and if our channel size and our channel content is relevant to those search terms. So description, we can add here some natural sentences, including our long tail keyword. So our long tail keyword here is European budget travel guides. And let's go and say featuring budget travel guides for all the European nations. Let's just make a capital letter there. Watch these videos before you head out on your vacation to learn all the tricks to saving money whilst traveling through Europe. Let's go with through Europe. And we can include then some things like, watch these videos before you head out on vacation to learn all the tricks to saving money whilst traveling through Europe. What else can we talk about? So we've got saving money as an LSI keyword. We've got traveling through Europe as another sort of LSI keyword relating to European travel guide. We can include some of these countries here as well: France, Germany, Spain. You can go and say something like find the cheapest hotels in Barcelona, Paris, and Munich, or discover the cheapest ways to get around town or to get around France. The cheapest ways to get around France whilst now we can think of some more keywords here. So discover the cheapest ways to get around France whilst seeing the most interesting attractions, or we can say the most beloved, or the most let's go with beloved attractions. All right, we can go travel guides showcasing what, oh yeah, then just add maybe a furthermore here. Furthermore, these travel guides will showcase, or these travel guides do, we need to emphasize what they do. These travel guides showcase the best things to see, places to visit, and any language and culture advice you will need whilst visiting these European countries. So we've included some more LSI keywords here. We've got European countries there, we've got travel guides in there as well, we've got culture advice, we have language, we've got best things to see, places to visit. And if we go through this entire description, we can see we've got a variety of different LSI keywords, different long-tail keywords, different mid-tail keywords, and all of our keywords are related to European budget travel guides. And this was just off the top of my head now. So if we were going to make this playlist, we can go onto YouTube and we can then type in, or we can go onto YouTube and then we can type in certain things related to European budget travel guides and see what type of keywords are people looking for, and try and work that then into our description. All right, so we have our optimized title here, we have our optimized description here, but we don't have any videos. So to add some videos to this playlist, we can go and hit the edit button here by your name, and then we've got this little playlist tab of this particular playlist. Now we can add some people to collaborate with us if we'd like, but let's just go and use these playlist settings to set the ordering. All right, so you want to make sure that your playlist order is set to manual. That just means you can drag them around yourself. And as I've mentioned in other videos and other settings, you should just make sure that an embedding is generally allowed if you want your playlist to also be able to be featured on other websites, so you can get some more free views, bonus views, by having your playlist as embeddable. And if a large website embeds your playlist, your videos, your channel content, you can get a lot more views, and there's no real downside to that, if you ask me. All right, so to add a video, we're just going to click the Add Videos button here. Now, some of these buttons may not be visible on yours. This is just the TubeBuddy extension. I've spoken about that enough. I think I'm not going to mention too much about that in this video. You can head to the TubeBuddy lesson to see what TubeBuddy is all about. To add a video, we click the Add Videos button, and now we can either add one of your own videos, or we can add YouTube videos, just videos on YouTube to your playlist. So the thing about playlists are you don't need to have your own content. You don't need to include your own videos in the playlist. You can have a playlist specifically with other people's content on it. They will get the views and they will benefit from the views of the playlist, of course. But if you're a small channel and you're just starting out and you've optimized the playlist quite well with relevant videos that have been sorted well, you can get subscribers. People may subscribe to your channel because you're the person busy managing this specific playlist that's giving them this content. So they may be interested in subscribing to your channel. So if we look at a playlist example, let's just go to Premiere Pro. We can see that, go to this playlist here, we see the full playlist. You can see that the creator who made the playlist is here. So this could be different people, videos from different people, but your creator symbol will be here if someone goes and watches that specific playlist. And you can see that this playlist has gotten 1 million views. So there's a good chance that someone may subscribe to your channel then, even if you have other people's content in your playlist. If you're just starting out, this is something that you could do in order to get more search ranking. You may have some good keywords that you can get a playlist ranked for, and then you may get some traffic like that and people subscribing to your channel. And there's also a good way to fill out your channel's front page. So if you only have 3 or 4 videos, it'll be quite difficult in order to create a front page of your channel. So let me just go to Justin Adisho's channel to show you what I'm talking about. And now you can see here that this section of here is what I'm talking about. These bars are underneath it. So someone comes to your channel, you want to provide them here with the next thing that they should do, what they should watch next. So you've got Premiere Pro tutorials, After Effects tutorials, we've got Photoshop tutorials. So if I'm interested in any of these, I will then go and say, okay, I'm going to watch this playlist. Or I might select a specific video from that's featured here, that's on this playlist, one of the latest videos, or most popular by the looks of things. And now, if you've only got 4 or 5 videos, it can start looking quite bland with the same video popping up here multiple times on each row because you don't have much content in order to direct viewers. So you can sort of simulate having more content by linking to other creators on your channel if you are just starting out like that. So that's just something you can or don't have to do, but you can do that if you'd like to. Now, I don't have any budget travel videos on my channel here, so let's just look at what YouTube gives us. Budget travel guides. And now we can see first one that appears here. You'd obviously want to watch the videos that you're recommending first, make sure they are actually good. But let me just go and add these 3 to the video. So we can just select whichever ones we want. And once they're highlighted, we can click the Add Videos button, and that'll add it to our playlist. Alright, so these 3 videos have now been added. You can see that the first video is now our thumbnail. If we think that there's 15 things they don't tell you about traveling Europe is relevant to watch before this one, or may have a higher click-through or retention rate than this one, we can then drag this one to the top, simply dragging it, and that can then rearrange it. So our first video, second video, third video, and if we want to rearrange anything, we can then just drag it where we'd like to. And you can see the thumbnail also changed there. Let me just drag that then down. And then to add your own videos, we just go to the Add Videos button again, go to your YouTube videos, and then all of your videos will appear. And now we can then just add whichever ones we want to include in the playlist. All right, and then we can drag them around like we would, however we would like. And that is that in terms of sorting out your playlists. Okay. In summary, playlists group videos together, making it easier for viewers to follow along with your content. Playlists also appear in search results, making them another way to put your content in front of potential viewers. And you can get then bonus views by people watching those playlists. And because they have watched your content, YouTube will be more likely to recommend more of your videos to them when they visit YouTube's home feed or their home feed. And YouTube will be more likely to recommend them your latest videos because they've shown interest in your content. They've shown engagement. So playlists appear in search results, and they can increase your engagement with that specific viewer. All right. So use mid to long tail keywords in your playlist name and description. You can also include LSI keywords in order to improve your SEO ranking. And sorting a playlist can improve watch time because the viewer is then staying on your channel and they're watching your videos. And because you've sorted the playlist, you've moved around relevant content and you know which videos people are interested in watching. All right. That is it for this lesson on video playlists, on YouTube playlists. I'm going to see you in the next one.